Vampire in the Garden. Wow, did I not expect this one? I came in without a lot of expectations and I really liked it. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed other similar shows like Vampire Night or Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood, which were really good shows. And that's a pretty big but, Vampire in the Garden is just on another level. It is emotional, heart-wrenching, and you get invested in the characters, their stories, and who they are, their choices. That being said, the overall atmosphere I get from the show and the thematics are not anything too unique, as we have seen many animes before with that solemn melancholy color scheme in a World War II Germany inspired aesthetic, from shows like Girls Last Tour and Tiny the Evil. But compared to those two, like, wow, it really did deliver it the right way, enhancing the story and enriching the world building. I want to hear more about this world Fin and Momo journey through, the abandoned buildings and minor histories they occasionally share with the audience, usually in the form of Momo asking Fin, as she is a vampire and very old and could be the only one that really known like what has happened before, and give us some history about specific locations and what used to be there. And then you're left with so many questions about this world and the place of vampires in that world. Where did vampires come from initially? What does it mean for Finn to go back? And what is the Elder Council used for? For the vampires, of course. These are questions we never get an answer for, but are fleshing out the world to the point that whenever they travel and I see a ruined city, I ask myself, what used to be there? Will they explore it? However, that extensive thematic flavoring and world building the show brings plays to the strength of that World War II aesthetic, by using that era's technological level as a limit to the powers humans possess, from trucks with limited functionality to special spotlights that aren't as efficient as current ones would be, and of course rifles that tend to get jammed a lot. It also allows for a more old-timey 40s aesthetic with a mix of like older near fantasy looking scenery at some locations. I remember seeing like a bunch of forests stretching out and huge mountains that just seemed majestical. It does feel that whoever wrote and directed this show really cared about what the characters are wearing at each scene. Everyone is clad in heavy fur and cloth to keep warm in the snow, military clothes when appropriate, and culturally appropriate clothes whenever they are in a specific village or some kind of settlement. This isn't something that is usually taken lightly in animated shows, as it can come at the cost of recognizability for the characters. And the only real show I can think about top of my head that actually does this as well is Avatar The Last Airbender. The wear and tear of the more fancy and luxurious products, from rugs to gilded furniture, is apparent everywhere in the world, which seems to imply that the world has abruptly changed due to the interaction of vampires maybe, as the rest of the places where humans live seems to be completely void of those fineries. Everything is very functional. There is no special place for creativity, no drawing nor music at all is allowed, and the military life seems to be the only thing that matters. Culture is only kept alive by vampires due to their age and memories of the old days when humans still sang and had luxurious clubs and vibrant culture, which in turn makes the current humans symbolize this trait of culture that is originally their own as a mark of vampire depravity. Needless to say, I've really loved watching this show and I've probably torn through a box of tissue paper crying as I watched it. And on that note, thank you for watching this video, and do you have any anime you really like and think I should do fan art of? Or did you watch Vampire in the Garden? What did you think of it? Have a great day and don't forget to get some garlic.